I'm
We're
sick
good.
Saturday.
Alrighty, what is up, Album Book Club podcast listeners? My name is Logan. Today I am joined by Carson, Ethan, and Connor. My name is Logan. I totally forgot myself. Today we're going to be talking about Riot by Paramore. Absolute elite fucking unit of a goddamn album. Give me a sec. I'm sorry, I don't have it up. To know the release and the runtime of it. It was released in 2007 with a 38-minute, 58-second runtime per the version that is listed here. I don't know which version you guys listen to, but the one I listened to on YouTube was not the one that I think anyone else did. It had an extra song on it.
I skipped the acoustic.
That's the one it had on it, and it was fucking fire.
It's good, but I didn't put it in the review. Did you guys review it?
Yeah,
I did. Yeah.
Oh, fuck. Hold on.
Album.
It's all good. We got like 30, 45 minutes to listen.
I mean, to be fair, I've listened to Misery of Business so many times I can picture what it sounds
version
like.
Is really good.
I know, I've listened to the acoustic version before, just didn't do it for the review.
So, in this one, I really wanted to start this kind of different, and I kind of want to start with the flow of the album instead of the whole album, because we all know it's a banger. I wanted to start with the flow today. I gave this flow a 7 out of 10. I think it's a fucking gift from God and Hayley Williams herself. And I really don't have that many notes on the flow itself. I thought it really flowed well together, and it just, oh man. Puzzle pieces fit. The only reason I gave it a 7 out of 10 is because I think anything over a 7 out of 10 on flow has to be absolutely immaculate, no imperfections, and this one has it.
It's occurred to me I didn't actually need to listen to this song to review it. It's just you'll understand why eventually.
All right,
anyway, sorry. Yeah, I gave the flow a 9 out of 10. I'm going to be real. I think I overhyped this album a lot, just because it was my go-to in middle school. Granted, it came out in 2007, which I was still, a wee little lad.
6 years old.
7 years old. I was 7. I was born in 2000. Do your math.
You're old. Forgot.
Do your math right.
We are old.
You're old.
We're old for young guys.
But the reason I gave it a 9 out of 10 is like not a single song feels out of place. Interlude. And the album kind of gets more hype as it goes, but it also has like nice breaks in between with a couple slower songs, and they don't feel poorly placed either. They felt very well placed in the album to give it appropriate breaks.
Yeah, I gave this one an 8.5 out of 10 on the flow. I think it's as good as an album can be. I don't think there's an album with a perfect flow. I don't think that's possible.
It's possible.
I don't think so.
Remember,
definitely, to agree with Ethan, there is no interlude situation where you're taken out of the flow for any reason. It's good. I don't think there is a 10 out of 10 flow. So... Yeah, I kind of just agree on all fronts here. It got a 9 out of 10 on flow for me. It does great. It's great. That's all I have to say about it. It's just great. It's just good. Listen to this. Just listen to it.
Just for public knowledge, I am in fact the one who chose this album, and I rated the flow the lowest out of everyone.
Yeah,
so
you're also
all of our goddamn haters can shut up when I say I rate everything low. all -5 of them. I kind of want to move to the top 3 next because I think we're going to be seeing similar stuff, and then we'll get into the individual album rankings. I want to save music overall and album overall for the end, but I really wanted to see where the flow was for everybody, just because I think that'll set up the framework for what our album is. Seeing as we've all had experience with this before and we all know it. But my top 3 were in order of 1 to 3. Misery Business, That's What You Get, and When It Rains. When I talk to you about a perfect fucking set list for Paramore, these are the 3 songs they end with, and it cannot get more imaginably perfect. It's just, oh my god, when you talk about pop punk, even like these three songs have to come into question. And when you talk about just female front-led songs, these three definitely come into question about the best three. So that's why I gave it my top three.
All right, so before I give my top three, what do you guys think my number one is for this album?
Hold
Since
on.
Misery Business, you fucking
I have it
god.
written down. Hold on.
I'm more curious about Connor's
Where
opinion.
did I write it? Hold on. Fuck.
Goddamn, the good old Connor Ethan picks here.
Crush. I have as Ethan top 3.
I agree with that.
That is
Okay,
true.
so my number one song is in fact Misery Business.
Fair.
I want you to know, a lot of it runs off of nostalgia. I got into Paramore because of Guitar Hero World Tour on the Xbox 360.
That's so
And
valid.
And this song, and I remember falling in love with this song, playing with virtual Haley Williams, and going, wow, this bitch can sing. Incredible. Fucking fire. And then listening to this entire album. Number 2 is Born for This.
Okay.
And number 3 is Crush.
Let's go.
Fucking course.
We
I
win
fucking
these.
dude, that song's a banger.
We win
Fuck
these.
off.
We win
This
these.
whole album's a banger, dude.
I know.
All right, my top 3. Number 1, Misery Business. Number 2, Let the Flames Begin. And number 3, Crush.
There.
Wow.
Valid. Very valid. My number 3, number 1, Misery Business. Number 2, Crush. And number 3, When It Rains.
By the way, before I get murdered by one of you, I couldn't find Misery Business on Instagram to make it the song on the post.
That's weird.
So I just
Really?
I didn't really look that hard, but I figured it would be the first one that popped up, and it wasn't.
I would imagine.
Also, that's what you get not being in anyone else's top 3. We gotta talk about that. What
Okay.
the fuck? Banger.
It is an absolute banger, but comparatively for me, Crush, and Born for This make me go fucking absolutely psychopathic.
You know what? That
I
is
agree
so
with Crush,
absolutely
Crush.
fair. Crush is a really good song.
Born for This makes me want to like fucking just. I scream every time I sing this song. I want you to know that.
I do think I am a bad host on account of I have to flashbang myself to see the damn set list. But let's start talking about our first song here. For a pessimist,
skip
I'm pretty
bottom one, bro.
optimistic. No, we're not doing that yet.
Oh, okay.
That's a save for the end because I think we're all going to be in a similar standpoint. I think we should just start with the track list. For a pessimist, I'm pretty optimistic. According to this website, has quite a bit. It's 56.2k listens. Ironically enough, I gave it a 6 out of 10 overall. I think it's a really fucking killer starter. But when you follow it up with the fucking Misery Business, there is no way you get above a 6 when you hit that song. I think it's by far one of or that's what you get a second. I'm so sorry about that.
Mhm.
Misery Business is 4. I think when you have such a really good fucking album in general, it's hard to rank it. It's the same thing we ran into Polyphia and even Connor's first album. I forget the name. I'm sorry.
It's long
But-
as hell, just the Harbor album.
Yeah. So it's, when you run into such a good album, it's hard to individually rank songs on such a good album because you don't want to say everything's a 7+. So I gave this one a 6 out of 10 out of fairness to say when you start off a banger, if this is kind of a low point to what follows, it's a low point.
Fair. Logan, fuck your rules. I gave For a Pessimist, I'm pretty optimistic, a 10 out of 10. I love every fucking minute, every second of this goddamn song. Like, oh my god! Like, I fucking love when it slows down. It's like, you know, she says like, "Stand up to be a man about it," and that part's incredible. I lose it every fucking time. That shit is insane. I don't think. Fuck your rules. Everything's above a 7 on my review. Fuck you.
I believe all of mine were also above a 7, but gave this first song an 8 out of 10. Thought it was a great way to start this album. There's not going to be a lot of notes from me.
There aren't going to be a lot from me either. I also gave it an 8 out of 10. I just thought it's an amazing way to start an album. It's a banger song, really gets me going. and I just really like it, like the rest of this album.
I do believe this album was recorded when they were minors too, so that's a huge front. At least their
Yeah.
drummer was. Like, I mean, you guys hear how hard they're going on the drums.
Hmm.
I think she might have been 16 or 17 when they did this, so just holy shit.
That's fucking wild.
Yeah, it's like it either got wrote when they were minors or they recorded when they were. So it's just for kids, younger than we all are, to be putting out shit that we're talking about in 2020 fucking 3. Just go this damn hard. It's just ridiculous. But we will move into our second song, which is That's What You Get. Much like Ethan, I grew up playing like Guitar Hero and Rock Band. I believe this is on Rock Band 2.
It is.
So that's where I get my love for this song, I think, because, you had your bass guitar, drums, lead guitar, and then singer, and most of the time I ended up being the singer, so this is a song I sang a whole lot, because I could hit it when I was like 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I had no balls.
Back when you were a squeaker.
Back
Back
when I
when you
was
sounded like me.
Yeah, now I
Back
got
when you
kind
sounded
of
like me.
I got kind of like a narrator voice going on now. No.
You do have a bit of a soothing voice.
I
But
don't
I
know
gave
what
this
kind of
one
voice
an-
I have.
Yeah, you got a grating voice. Stop talking.
God, fuck.
God damn!
I'm kidding. I love you, man. But I gave
We all
this
love
one
you,
an
Ethan.
8 out of 10. I think this is the perfect song to put on when you have like a toxic ass ex breakup, and you're like, or like you get cheated on. You're like, that's what you get.
Hey, guys,
That's
we
what
have
you get when
someone
you
in
let
the
your
chat
heart
right now.
win.
Do we?
We do.
Hey, guys,
It's me.
We do. We have comics and such. It just said hi, everybody.
That
What's
is in
going
fact
on,
me.
man?
Hello.
That's
What
you.
the hell?
That is me. That is my.
Dude, you
That is
baited
my
me
universal
so
fucking
hard.
name.
You got baited.
I
That
got
is my
fucking
LLC.
baited. You have no profile image.
I
Can we
do
talk
not.
about
It's a
this real
big-
fast? You look like a random YouTube bot right here.
So it's because when I made my YouTube account a business account, it did not transfer over my personal account image, and I haven't been able to find it. It's on my old computer. So I do have a logo.
We got baited by our own fucking host. What the
You
fuck?
did.
We got
But
you
that's-
baited.
That's what you get. 8 out of 10. That is in
Ow.
fact what you fucking get. It is a goddamn banger of a song. I go crazy for it every time it comes on. It is in my work playlist every single day as a get hype song.
Yeah. I'm gonna have to disagree with Logan here. I gave That's What You Get another 10 out of 10.
Damn.
I thought he was gonna shit on it for a second.
Is it
How many
two
songs?
levels?
Wait. Before we go forward, how many songs on this fucking album are not a 10 out of 10?
Oh,
3.
3.
I fucking guessed that immediately. I fucking knew it. I know Ethan so damn well.
Oh my god. There's
Dude,
there's
fuck,
12
leave me alone.
songs on this damn album. And 3
I'm
of them are not a
aware.
10.
I am aware. leave me in my little school, in my fucking middle school self alone. Fuck you,
Nostalgia Trip, the album.
dude. Yes, yeah. No, seriously, it's another banger, and it's something I like can lyrically relate to. I've been there. I'm sure we've all been there, except maybe Connor. You ever been in a relationship, Connor? I don't want to get into that if you don't want to, but like. So Connor has in fact been in a toxic relationship with my mother.
Your mama.
So is Carson apparently.
Your mom
Yeah,
did it on me.
Go ahead and throw me in there.
Yeah, okay, that's fair.
Go back to the
It
Orpheus
also
video for that. For the
Yeah.
explanations.
But yeah, no. It's just it slaps. It's another song that I just absolutely lose my shit to every time. Like, 'cause I have a playlist dedicated to like pop punk music and alternative music along those lines. And anytime any song from this album comes up, I'm just like, so yeah, I did in fact give it another 10 out of 10.
To answer your question, yes. 8 out of 10 on this song, and my only note was
Connor the entire time. This song.
yep.
That's the most Connor reaction I've ever seen.
Yes, sir.
I gave this one an 8.5. I just thought it was really good. I can't say much about this music because it's all just really good. It's all just pleasant to listen to. I don't have a lot of notes. I'm just. It's
Yeah,
just
It's honestly the host job most of the time is to come in with the notes, and that is something we are really learning going forward. But we are, in fact, on to track 3, which is Hallelujah. Sorry about that. Hallelujah.
Is the song that bad, Logan?
No, I really like the song, although I did give it a 6 out of 10, and I really think it is purely just, it got sandwiched between the 2 best fucking songs on the album for me. And it's like,
Yeah.
there is not a single song on this album I would not listen to without the context of the rest of the album. And I think that's what coincides with being a good album. If you can listen to any song on that album without the rest of it, it makes it a good song, let alone makes it a good album. Yes, it is a 6 out of 10, but in my heart it's a 10 out of 10. I just can't do it for the sake of music. There are its flaws, although I can't seem to find them. Someone else probably can. But Hallelujah is a single fucking banger that if I just want to vibe and listen to some good ass music, I'm putting that on. I'm putting this whole album on, but that's definitely one to pick.
Fair. I'd say, though, Hallelujah, in my heart, can definitely deserve a solid 9 out of 10, and it's exactly what it's ranked. It's the first non-10 out of 10, but part of it is because it's sandwiched between some of the most absolute banger songs on the fucking album. You know what I mean? Like, it's a good break, and it's definitely like a very motivational song. Like, if I'm having a bad day, it's like one of the go-to songs I listen to if I'm having like a bad day. Hold on. Let me do Carner's notes real quick.
Yeah. Another 10 out of 10, same notes. There's a lot of yellow thumbs up on my screen right now.
It's fucking mint.
It's a nice short episode.
I actually gave this one a 7 out of 10.
Oh shit.
Yeah. I think it's my only note here is bad placement. So I think I'm just commenting on how it's sandwiched between. That's what you get in Misery Business. Like you guys said, it's just a bad placement for it. Other than that, I think it really deserves like an 8 or a 9.
I super agree. I think this is definitely a winding down the album kind of song.
Mm-hmm.
And I really think if this was at like the 9, 10, 11, 12 spot, well, not 12. I think 12 is honestly like a perfect end to an album. But if this was at like the 9, 10, 11 spot, it would have been so much better.
I don't know if you can count the 12 songs a perfect end to an album because it's just
it's a acoustic version of a really good fucking song.
Yeah.
Which we are on to now. Track number 4, it's Misery Business. Holy shit. I don't know a single person that didn't fall in love with Hayley Williams the first time they listened to this goddamn song. I don't know a single person that ain't in love with Hayley Williams when she sings this song at like 34. Holy shit. There's one line in this song that I still have never figured out the lyrics. Don't care to look it up. But it's like, she says like she grabbed him by the something, and every time I hear it I say she grabbed him by... Is that what it is?
Pow. I'm pretty sure it's pow. You know what? Fuck it. I'm looking up the lyrics.
I always say grabbed him by the cock because I think that's the funniest version because the previous lyric is like it's ticking like a clock. So I just think if it grabbed him by the cock is the best fit there. And honestly, there is not much to say about Misery Business that has not been said other than it is a pop punk anthem. There's not a single person that doesn't get hyped by that song unless they're over the age of 70 and listen to CCR their entire life.
Hold on. So before we continue, it's a matter of time before we all run out. When I thought he was mine, she caught him by the mouth.
Caught him by the mouth. No, it's definitely grabbed him by the cock.
Yep. He definitely hit him with a good old, definitely hit him with a good old dick twist.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It sounds so much better. How else do you get a man to follow you? Grab him by the jewels. You know?
It's kind of hard to follow that logic because it's like, please let go.
That's what I'm saying, though. But you ain't backing away because it hurts worse than when they grab you and pull you.
Yeah.
Ethan, you cannot talk about grabbing cock here.
Yes, I can. I'll do it again.
I was about to say, you are not the one to be talking about this.
I'll do it again, Carson.
But as far as I gotta say, I think Misery Business is a 9 out of 10. I can't give it a 10 out of 10, although nostalgia tells me to. I really cannot. There is no existence in my world that a 10 out of 10 song exists, and if there is, I'm yet to find it. Every song has its flaws. No, I'd give out an A. This song gets an A, but holy shit, it ain't perfect. But it's perfect to me, and that's what matters. We're here for the sake of reviewing music, talking about music, and making jokes. And if I gotta be the one that levels everybody, I gotta be it.
Speaking of making jokes, Ethan, what are you looking at?
Logan!
Dumbass.
Logan!
He's
Hey, Connor, you should check your DMs.
Hold on.
For
Sorry, I had my
On
Discord
Discord.
on the other on
Oh.
my second monitor, so that's why I was staring over
I
there.
look over here instead of the damn camera.
I have
Fuck
Discord
you,
on this
Logan.
monitor right
How
here.
listen?
I don't have a fucking
Listen,
soundboard.
This
hooked up
is the
today.
definition of a perfect
Damn it.
fucking song. What do you mean this is a 10 out of 10? I don't give a fuck about your shitty. We gotta hold up the integrity of the music, bro. Hold up the integrity of music by doing it justice and giving Misery Business a 10. Like, I can see why you wouldn't give any other song on the album a 10, but this one?
Fuck you,
Like-
you can only play the JoJo's theme. I don't want to hear it.
Fuck you, JoJo's is great!
Oh no, he's.
No. We'll get sued.
I didn't say anything.
It's a cover, we won't get sued, I don't think.
And not if it's a bad cover, we'll get sued.
Yeah. Fair. Yeah, but no, this song is literally perfect in every meaning of the word. Like, oh my god. This is obviously just the song that got me into pop, like, unironically got me into pop punk. Because at the time I was listening to, like, Linkin Park and, you know, all the other edgy middle schooler shit that wasn't pop punk, like My Chemical Romance or, Paramore. What's another pop punk band from the fucking
Green
early
Day,
2000s? Green
Blink-182,
Green Day. Blink
Sum
182,
41.
sorry. I wasn't a huge Sum 41 fan.
Bowling for Soup.
Bowling for Soup. They did the Face and Ferb intro. I don't know if you guys knew that.
They did, yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
It's lit.
What a band name though. Bowling for Soup.
Are you
they
in
bowling
fact? Are you
for
bowling to
soup?
get soup, or are you bowling to buy soup, or like?
Are you
they-
bowling in
Yeah.
the honor of soup?
They answered this question. They're
Jared
bowling in the
Reddick,
honor.
come onto the podcast and answer our questions.
They already answered this question.
What?
Them. Answer it again. I'm a better guitar player.
Oh, you're
I
not.
didn't say that.
Get on the show now. We'll have a guitar battle live with the lead guitar player for Bowling for Soup.
Pull up
I'll
next
do-
week where we review Des Rock's album. He'll make an appearance and we'll guitar solo battle Bowling for Soup.
Do not promise
Big-
an appearance.
Big week next.
Do not-
next Friday.
Do not
week.
promise an appearance.
Big week.
I'll put the MacBook in the basement. And I'll set up right from my amp.
Anyways, yeah, no, 10 out of 10. I don't fuck Logan. He's stupid this time, not me.
All right, Misery Business. Call it nostalgia, call it a tribute to what it's accomplished, or call it me not wanting to pick my first 10 out of 10 on this album being, or on this podcast being something stupid. 10 out of 10.
Thank you. Thank you.
I completely agree. It's a 10 out of 10. This is a
Thank
perfect
you.
song. I'm never
Thank
not in the
you.
mood to listen to this.
Oh,
Never.
just fucking wait, boys. That's all I gotta say. All right,
He
now
really
we're on.
loves one of the ones coming up.
Oh, I fucking do. You bet your donkey dick I do. All right, now we're on to When It Rains, and holy fuck, do I just want to break down and goddamn cry every time I hear this fucking song.
Relatable.
It's so good.
I
Relatable.
gave this one an 8 out of 10. There's no time of day I am not ready for this goddamn song. It's like Need You Now. Like, oh my gosh, by Lady Antebellum. It's like one of those songs where it's like, if I'm sad or happy, it's always going to hit the sad, and it's always going to be okay. And it's just, god damn, do I just want to ball up and cry. I could be in the best mood. I could be hanging with you three guys, having the time of my life, a beer at a gig, you know, whatever, having the time of my life, drunk off my ass, and I'll bawl my eyes out to this fucking song. I almost broke down in tears at work because of it. It was worth it. So an 8 out of 10 I think is perfectly fair. It's not my go-to sad song, but it is definitely in my top 3.
Yeah, I gave When It Rains a 9 out of 10 for a very similar reason. It's also like I also think flow-wise, it's like a decent break from the fast-paced songs of the first half. We'll also say, Logan, sometimes you don't need this song to cry. Sometimes you just need several drinks of alcohol I have not forgotten about South Carolina.
That's
South
rough.
Carolina.
Dude, nothing beats calling your dead dad for no answer.
Put that in the ad, bro.
Remember what you said to my dad?
I kissed him on his forehead. I'll never forget that.
I don't think I'm allowed to talk about what I said to your dad.
Yeah, no.
I don't think I'm allowed to talk about
I'll
that.
grab
YouTube
him right
will
now.
flag
You
us.
say it right now.
Oh, look. Man, I will say Logan's dad was, in fact, smoking hot.
I
He is, in
love
fact.
that he's on every episode of the podcast.
He is. He sits right here until we move eventually.
Your turn, Connor.
I
You
shit. I
have
could put him in
to
the
bring him.
background then.
Pass the stick.
Don't foreshadow the move yet. I still gotta clear it.
I'm bringing.
Oh
this
no!
man.
I mean, I got a basement here too.
Ah,
I got a studio. I got a studio in my basement at 24/7.
I'm in that.
I'm
right
bringing the boar head with me when we.
now.
I'll bring a
Thing.
guitar.
You can. I don't give a shit. Yeah, When It Rains, I gave an 8. We're back to the classic. I agree with everything you two have said so far.
Do we have like a? Isn't there a meme where it's just like a face emoji and it's just
It's all four of us. This is the album art.
Yeah, I very much agree with everybody here. This is one of my favorite songs on the album. Makes me feel a whole lot. It's a good song to, like Logan said, cry to. Yeah, it's really good. It hits me right in the feels. I gave it a 9 out of 10.
All right, now is when I get lit the fuck up. For Let the Flames Begin. Now, this is a song I truly believe comes in the worst part of the album, because it is what I consider an absolute unit of a song. But you're following up the first 4 songs, which we've already decided are great songs. And I think this one doesn't hold up to those 4 songs. And out of the kindness of my heart, I had to give it a 5 out of 10, just for the sake of music and internet content. I gave it a 5 out of 10. Do I think this song is in fact not a 10 out of 10? No. But do I think for the sake of music it is more than a 5? Also no.
For the sake of music, you're just wrong, dude.
All right. Which one of us 4 has been paid as a musician?
technically. I think Connor has.
Connor is a
Connor
producer,
has-
but I mean, you haven't gone out on stage and played live.
I've been played to play saxophone
right now on
before.
this other monitor. I could get like $35.
All right, so
It's
I've
not
made
worth
more.
it.
I've made more in 4 hours.
Anyway,
For the sake of musicianship, I think it's a 5 out of 10
Fuck
where it falls
Logan.
in the album.
second of all, fuck Logan and his musicianship. This song is what we call another 10 out of 10. Another absolute banger. Also, whoever decided the themes, whatever the theme song for the Hunger Games was, should be quit, because this should have been the theme song for the Hunger Games, and you can't change my mind.
Should have been Catching Fire, yeah, for sure.
Exactly. You see what I'm saying?
Makes sense.
People will come and call me crazy about this for years. I'm like, no, you're crazy. But yeah, no, it's another 10 out of 10. Absolute banger. Logan, fuck your musicianship. Just give in to your heart's desires.
Guys, I think Ethan is crazy.
I was gonna say, I feel like
Yeah.
Crazy?
feel like
I was crazy once.
Oh, shut the fuck
No,
up!
shut up.
Connor, go.
I feel like Ethan has not had that Hunger Games argument enough times to be as mad as he is about it, but I really like this song. I think when the first time I listened to this album, like this week, this is where my lunch ended. So I was driving back to work to this song, so I probably remember it more from that listen than anything else. And I gave this one a 9 out of 10, and the comments, there were 2
Double
of them
thumbs
this time.
I also gave this one a 9 out of 10. I just thought it was really good. I don't have any other comments. Fuck you, Logan. This should be higher than a 5.
Look. I'm here for the drama, all right? All right,
I'm
now
about to go on.
we're on to track
Uh-oh.
number 7, which appears to be according to this list, the lowest streamed song, which is "Miracle," and I think that is actually a travesty because I think this is a really good fucking song. I gave it a 6 out of 10. Yet again, I know my ratings do not show what little fucking 8-year-old me shows when he listens to this goddamn album for the first time. I know that was later than I was, 8 in 2010, so just 3 years late. But 5-year-old me was not allowed to listen to this shit. I was listening to Wheels on the Bus.
Wheels on the bus go round and round. That's the album we should review next.
You know what?
week.
That's
He's getting sued now. He sang a song on the podcast.
That one's free use. You know what? That's the song we're turning into a pop punk cover. I'll do it myself.
Oh my god.
But I think Miracle is just an absolute fucking unit of a song. I mean, I gotta say that about every song because they all are. But holy shit, there is not a single song on this album I think is bad, and this just ties into it.
Yeah, I had to up my ante though. Miracle is a 9 out of 10. It's just not my perfect. It's not perfect comparatively to some of the other songs in this album that I consider. However, I will say, it's not. There's just my notes that I say there's nothing wrong with the song. It's just nothing I like want to scream my head off to like the other songs in the album. So, if that makes any sense.
Dude, this music is intermittent through Connor's mic, and it's fucking hilarious. You can't hear it right now, and then every once in a while you hear.
Listen, it sounds good in the recording.
And that's all that matters.
That's all.
Because it's
We don't
supposed
need to
to
hear
break
it.
up. It's supposed to break up silence, isn't it?
Yeah, it just it plays constantly in the background of the whole recording.
Totally,
It's a shame
is
we
in the
always talk
recording.
over each other.
How it's coming out of my mic, it's always recording my mic.
Gotcha.
So, Miracle. I give this one 8 out of 10. I agree with everything that's been said so far. Copy paste response from earlier.
8 out of 10. Literally the same. We all have the same opinions on this. I don't know how I could, keep going with comments. Other than the fact that this is like the lowest listened to, it is a travesty.
That is
Why?
interesting.
The song
Yeah.
is good.
I will say lowest listened to it at 32.6k streams or something like that. It's like that's still a lot.
That's still a lot, but I feel like that's lower than it should be.
But we are on Crush Crush Crush, which is a song I absolutely fucking love, but I only gave it a 7 out of 10 because there's songs I think I would put on before this. And just for the rating of those songs, I had to rate this a little lower.
Logan, your 7 out of 10 is Ethan's 10 out of 10.
Dude, if every song left on the album's a goddamn 10 out of 10 for Ethan.
He only
he's
said
already
2.
hit his
He's only at
3.
2.
He's got
Has
one
he only
more.
hit 2?
He's got
Oh,
one.
he's
Yeah,
got
that's
one
why I
more.
held up the 2 when he said 10. When he said 9.
Well, that shows you how much I pay attention to Ethan's opinions.
I bet the third one is
Worthless.
Fences.
Probably is. But I think this is a song that is an absolute unit of a banger, and it is my number 4 song to listen to on any given day. I just think that the other 3 I had in my top 3 beat it out by just the slightest pube.
Oh, jeez. God damn it. How would you say that? Those
That's
were...
That's how
Fair
close
enough.
the goddamn hair is for how
Bro,
close
you
it
could have
is.
just said a hair. It doesn't have to be a, like...
I had to be specific. Everyone knows how short their pubes are. Alright?
Alright.
Except
I
for
don't like this.
women from the
How
70s.
long are yours, Logan?
7.
That's what I thought.
Rapunzel
Long
shit.
ass hair.
I could bring you up into a tower.
We'll answer that
Fuck yeah.
question
You
next
braid
week.
that shit?
We'll answer that question next week in the most eventful episode of this podcast.
Crush.
We're
gonna-
so canceled before we started.
Ethan, can I say your rating before you go on with this?
Go
Ethan
ahead.
rated
10 out of
10 out of 10.
10 out of 10.
Yeah, absolutely, bro. What do you mean? This song is incredible. I never get tired of listening to this song. In the fucking 23 years I've been alive. Great, I've only been listening to this song for the last, 12 years, I think, at this point. And like, bro, it's just the breakdown. The breakdown which counts the it goes 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm like, ah!
He really likes
Every
counting.
time. What?
He really likes counting.
Ethan, 5, 6, 7, 8.
What? What? I can only count to 1.
No, we're getting canceled again.
God
How?
damn it.
Down for
That's a
copyright.
hold on. Parody laws. Parody laws.
What were you
Parody
parodying?
There's a Muppets cover
Yeah,
It's a
that was the
Muppets cover.
Muppets cover.
of that
It's like
song.
1. I can only count to 1. 4. I can only count to 4.
I'm just gonna read off my notes exactly here. Ethan's top 3. Also, I gave this one a 9 out of 10. That's all I got.
All right.
I also gave this one a 9 out of 10. It's a great song. It's a great listen. It's very fun.
Such a good fucking album. All right, now we're on to We Are Broken, and yet again, it's another goddamn song I want to cry to, and I'm sick of it. I gave this one a 6.5 out of 10 because I think this is this is just purely based on the other statistics. This is just a kind of like universal ranking. I think it's another 10 out of 10 in my mind, but I gave it a 6.5 out of pure niceness. It's a perfect place song, I think. I think after Crush, 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 you kind of need that factor of, damn, you need your heart broken today. And that's where this falls. I think it's perfect placement for this song.
Fair. I gave this song a 9 out of 10 because as much as I enjoy this song, I am not a huge fan.
There's the third one.
I don't like crying songs. I don't like being sad. Because when I get
Ethan, you're
sad,
sad all the time.
exactly. Thank you for proving my point.
Someone was gonna say it. Might as well be me.
Fair. But also, Carson, I'm not gonna lie. I was half tempted to get up when you did this, because I have a T-shirt that has the Shinji Nut Hand meme on it.
Oh no.
I bought it from Origami Button, which is a like math rock Midwest emo band. Where it's literally just a white T-shirt that says Origami Button and has Shinji just. Dude, I fucking love band merch. But yeah, no, I gave this song a 9 out of 10. I don't like being sad. That is my note.
Yep.
Why'd you take a dick pic?
I was checking my volume on my mic because it gets blown out in the recording sometimes.
Gotcha.
To turn it down a little.
I was in fact concerned.
Nothing's been spiking on my end. We should be good until we listen back and realize none of us were good. What was that, Carson? What was
Took a
that?
dick pic. Ethan wasn't watching. Did that whole bit for him.
It's going
What's
in the
next?
reel.
He's in
Ethan, I'm gonna
section
take another
bad
one.
biddies over there.
Oh. I hope that goes to me.
Good.
We are
You've
broken.
seen it before.
We are broken. I gave this one an 8 out. Shut the hell up. I
You
gave this
bit.
one an 8 out of 10. No, this song was good. I did listen to it at work, so it a little bit broke up the flow of what was happening. But despite it being slightly lower than the last good number of songs, I don't dislike it. I have no issues with this song. It's very good.
Oh, God.
Yeah, I thought it was really good too. 8 out of 10 for me. I don't have much notes on here other than it good.
Oh, God. Oh, sorry, that fucked me up. Connor's version of angry is not even close to my version of mildly annoyed. Oh.
I think that was angry.
That was an angry Connor. That was irritated Connor.
That was comedically telling Ethan to shut the hell up.
Now we are on to what I like to call fences, and that's what Paramore likes to call it too.
Wow. Insightful.
Yeah, exactly, really. I gave this one a 6 out of 10 because I think it is nowhere near as good as the last song, but still fucking perfect. So I just had to be fair to it. It's one of those songs that, yet again, I think is like it's a perfect wind down to the album. You know, we got one track left after this. If you listen to the regular version, if we all listen to the deluxe version except Ethan, so it's just kind of like a really good wind down. You're ready for that last song. You're not ready for it. I'm never ready for the end of Paramore, but it's
Real.
winding you down to get close to it, and you're like,
Real.
it's closing time, man. It's like that Samsonic song.
So yeah. Also, how can you say this song's perfect and then give it a 6 out of 10? That doesn't like logistically make sense.
It's called
It's called
fairness.
musicianship.
It's perfect to me, just like the goddamn 2002 Spider-Man movie. But there's plenty of flaws with that shit.
There is plenty of flaws, but I will also agree that movie is perfect.
Exactly.
But a lot of the flaws are just because the movie's dated at this point. You know what I mean?
So's this song.
That makes me feel old.
We're
But
old.
yeah, no, I gave Fences a you'll never guess.
10 out of
10
10.
out of
He's
10.
out of 9, so
Yeah, I'm out of
He's out of
9.
his 3.
Dude, this song, I don't have words for this song. It's just, oh my god. I have so much fun I just have fun listening to this album, and that's why everything is rated so high, because there's not a song on this album where I just do not have fun listening to. And it's just incredible.
yep. I think placement of this song on the album was great. I think the song is great. 9 out of 10. Gotta hit him with 2.
Ditto. Like, 9 out of 10 for me. Great song. Placement's amazing. Great wind down. I don't have anything else here.
All right, so
Carson got
now
fucked on things to say.
we are on.
That's the problem when the album's
on,
good. Everybody's like, it's good, it's good, it's good. And I'm like,
Yeah.
it's good.
It's like Polyphia all over again, except you can hear what we're saying.
My bad, bro. That's not me.
That is.
And now we're. Oh, what were you saying?
Yeah. What was that, Ethan?
I said, that's my bad, it's on me.
I thought you said it's not on me. I thought you were denying blame for that.
No, I was taking blame for that.
That wasn't
No,
my
you're
fault.
right. It's your fault, Connor. You weren't here to make sure it ran
my
properly.
Bad, my bad. The vacation was planned 9 months before this idea happened. I should have fixed that.
We are on what would be normally the ender for this album, which is Born for This. It's a perfect close to a perfect album. If you listen to the regular version, although I did give it a 7 out of 10, I think it's the right way to end off on this note. There's not many albums we see anymore where it's kind of they understand it's got to come to an end, it's got to resolve itself, and we've even run to that on the podcast. Look at fucking Chumbawamba, goddamn Belmont. Even like Polyphia, which had a really good album, like the ending almost felt like it wanted you to get hyped for the next one. And we all know out of music, album is like a year to 2 in between. But Paramore really did this, like this was going to be their first and last album, and they nailed it perfectly. So I think this is a great end.
There, sorry. I was curious to check if, Paramore had an album before this.
Did they? Who cares
Yeah.
about that album?
All we know is Falling. Come on.
Oh, I forgot about that album because it's kind of like dog shit compared to this one.
Damn.
It lives in
Alright.
Riot's shadow.
Good album.
Cool.
Riot's their best album.
Cool. We're gonna get fucking assassinated by Haley Williams herself now. Thank
I'm
you,
okay
Logan.
with this.
Yeah, me
Good.
too.
Shoot me, please.
Anyways, yeah, I gave Born for this a 10 out of 10. The best way to close an album. Shit goes insane. I also think this song is semi-underrated and is not talked about enough in the sphere of Paramore.
Yeah, it's time for me to say the same shit that's already been said. Great ending to an album. I gave this one a 9 out of 10, and you're not gonna guess. Close it out.
Yeah, I have to completely disagree. I gave this one a 1 out of 10. I thought it sucked.
That's fair.
Yeah, cut the shit.
Yeah, no,
Yo,
it was a
cut
9.
this-
Great ending.
Anybody
It almost
believe
got a
me?
10 in my mind.
It was close.
It's
There's your clip, Connor. You can use that. You can use that on the shorts.
All right.
I scheme about the short constantly.
Now we talk about the version of the album that is almost hardest to find. Like, I had a hard time even looking this up to find, like, CD of it with the 12th track only.
It's just on Apple Music, bro.
It is. It's
only
on
found
Apple
the
Music
12-track
and
version.
YouTube. But it's Misery Business Acoustic. And I think the way to make any song way better is to do an acoustic version of it, because that shows that you truly had passion behind it and that you can think of it in a different light and make it better. So for the first official Logan 10 out of 10 on the damn podcast
Shit.
is Misery Business Acoustic. And there are very few
Holy
songs I hold
fuck.
in this regard. And yes, I know it didn't crack my top 3, and that is for the simple answer of the album version 90% of people are going to listen to is this one not on it.
I mean, that's valid.
And-
Apple Music.
And that's the thing. It's like what I consider the Dr. Pepper cream soda effect. It is a way better version. It is a way better version of Misery Business, but it's not better all the time. And that's what I think this is. If you pace yourself and listen to it every once in a while, it is a perfect song.
But you know
But
what
if
is
you
better
listen
all
to
the
it
time?
otherwise,
Dr. Pepper strawberry cream soda.
That
that's
one.
facts. It tastes like
Facts,
Yoo-hoo
better
to
all
me.
the time.
It's like strawberry yoo-hoo.
It's what it is. It's just Yoo-hoo. But I think this is truly a perfect song, and you can feel the passion behind everyone playing it, everyone who wrote it, and every single ounce of it. And that's why I give it a 10 out of 10.
Yeah, I gave it a 10 out of 10 in my notes, even though I didn't listen to it, because it's literally Misery Business but acoustic. Like, I don't think I need to say more than that. Like, there's my notes.
All right. As a song, I gave this one a 9.5 out of 10. On the album, I gave it an 8. Here's my reasoning. I think the ending with the song before would have been so much better than just throwing this one on the end. This one as a single, great. 9.5. As an album, unfortunately, we're not the Singles Book Club podcast. So
That's true.
I gotta
We
rank it as
can
an
be.
album. No.
See, but I just ranked it outside of it because I couldn't find a version of this album with just this.
Mm-hmm.
It was always like 15, 16 tracks or 11 tracks. I don't know how the hell this got tacked on to the version we all listen to, but I can't find a CD of it, and I kind of did some searching. So
Interesting.
I will say, oddly enough, on Apple Music, it also tacks on Pressure live in Anaheim and then Misery Business live in London.
Yeah, those are music videos though, so those don't.
Yeah.
Those don't
I'm
count.
But no,
pretty
I'm
sure
just saying
there's
it's
a version
weird
of
that
that
it tacks
album
it
with like
on.
36 songs,
Jesus.
What?
or it's like 2 entire live albums worth of songs are tacked on. So it's like when you look into this album, it's really weird. But I think adding Misery Business Acoustic on is like Connor said, a failure in the album itself.
And if they're gonna do it, they can't put it at the end. Like
Yeah.
there might be a spot on here. I can't think of one, but there might be a spot where that fits, and it works great. But it's not the last song.
Yeah, I can agree. I did rank this one twice. I ranked it outside of the album. Outside of the album, it's 10 out of 10. I love this version of Misery Business. It's just good. Within the album, I only gave it a 9. I felt like it didn't really need to be there. It could have been released as a single, but I'm sure it was. And then we're just listening to the deluxe version, which includes it.
Mhm.
Correct.
All
So-
right. Oh, my bad.
Oh, no, I was about to say overall, but I realized it's not time for that yet.
Now I think we move to the interlude of the album, aka the bottom song. And I'll be honest, I took the coward's way out of this, and I didn't choose one. I did not find a single song on this album where I thought this is truly worth being picked as the worst song on the album, because there is not a single song on this album I won't listen to time and time again. There's not a single song on this album I think I want to listen to less than any other song. And it simply is just, even with the discussion we've had, it's been universally impossible to pick a bottom song out of it.
So, this is where I call Logan a pussy.
That's fair.
Clip that.
So I didn't know, first of all, I'm gonna be real, I didn't know not picking a bottom song was an option.
It's really not, but he's hosting, so what are we gonna do?
We can't do anything against him. He's all powerful.
If I had to pick one, it's just my bottom ranked song, which I think is Let the Flames Begin.
Yeah, Guts Criminal. Anyways, I picked
All of
When It
those things
Rains
are.
because that song makes me too sad, and I don't like it because of that. It's still an absolute, like, phenomenal song, but wah wah Ethan, basically.
Yeah, cry.
I went with We Are Broken, not because it's lower than any song on this album, but just because if you look at the numbers I have written down, it is technically got the lowest score. It is not a worse song than anything on this album. That is all I have to say. So as not to get shot by Logan.
Nah, I don't care. You guys have your opinions, and I got mine.
So
Yeah,
For me, musically, it was really hard to pick a bottom song. I really liked I thought a lot of stuff with this album was kind of just perfect. So I went with my bottom song based off placement and how it feels within the album. My bottom song is actually the acoustic version of Misery Business. Because of what we talked about before, I feel like it works much better as a single. And I feel like if they took it out of the album, it would be better. Because it has a really good ending, and the acoustic version of Misery Business kind of messes with that.
that's fair.
I would like to change my answer.
See,
That was up for consideration when I did this as well, so.
that is completely fair. The only reason I have a hard time ranking it is because I really don't know how this made it onto this album, other than it just
It's
got
the deluxe
tacked on.
version.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what it feels like. It feels like it got tacked on.
Mhm.
Yeah, but it's like I don't know who tacked it on because I don't think it was Paramore because it's not on the CD.
Yeah,
You know?
Well, the CDs might have been printed before it went to streaming. This might have been a streaming
Yeah,
decision.
I think that's what it was. But I guess now we're on to kind of like the music overall, which I had a hard time giving this anything but a 10 out of 10, but I went with my gut and called it a 9 out of 10, just because there are the flaws in the music. There will never not be the flaws in the music. And like I said, to give an album a 10 out of 10 is almost impossible if you kind of put nostalgia aside. So for that reason, I gave it a 9 out of 10 because I really do think musically it is a really good album.
Ethan
We'll
is
just
gone.
skip it.
I'll
Yeah,
fill
we'll just
in,
skip
I'll fill in
Ethan.
for Ethan. It was a 10,
It's a 10 out of 10.
Moving on. We'll get him when he comes back. Thought this album was almost perfect, besides maybe the placement of Misery Business Acoustic. That's like the only thing I have written down, including another thumbs up in this description. This one ended up, when I did the math on all of it, ended up being like 8.8 and some change or something. But call it 9.
I'll call it 9 too. It's literally just the acoustic version of Misery Business at the end that drops it from a 10 out of 10. If it didn't have that, it'd be a 10 out of 10.
Give me a sec. I'm looking into something because this song that album. So it came out in 2007. The Misery Business acoustic came out in 2007, but when you look on the official release of it, it is not on there, which is so confusing.
Well,
And,
it might be since it came out earlier. I bet it dropped as a single, but because it came out before like Apple Music was big, they didn't have it on there, and they needed a place to put it without being like we dropped this single today, because they didn't.
I'm on Paramore's website.
Yeah, your room's red.
So these are This is the current release of the CD, and it is not on there. So I have no clue when the fuck it got tacked on. It's so confusing, and that's the sucky part about streaming. Ethan, what's your music overall? We already have a pretty good guess of it, but
Yeah, I did give it a 10 out of 10. Sorry. I had Chipotle for lunch, so that should explain everything.
I had it for dinner, so I'll feel it in about 30 minutes.
Exactly. Anyways, yeah. So did we do album rating and stuff already?
Uh,
Why didn't you send that in the group chat?
Because Logan was already at the top.
yeah, we
Shame.
did.
For those of you who can't read reverse, it said "Be right back." Emergency shit.
It's
Oh,
not
I see.
reverse on the stream.
Oh, you're right. It's just my camera. It is.
Yeah. So I gave this song a 10 out of 10. Obviously, perfect fucking early 2000s pop punk album. Also, for those wondering, I did also give the album art rating an 8 out of 10. I actually have notes on this for like a graphic design standpoint. So the album art is very unique on how it handles the type treatment. It's very rare do you see album arts just say like the name of the album over and over again with overlapping of the band name else places, but it's still structured a decent type hierarchy with the big orange Riot at that upwards left angle. It's like a 45-degree angle. So it still establishes a nice type hierarchy, so you know what the actual name of the album is. Anyways, all right, cool. So I wrapped up my notes pretty quickly.
Go around the circle, Connor. I'll just
Yep,
circle
yep.
back at the end.
Yep, I also gave the album art an 8. I thought it was good. I couldn't see anything glaringly wrong with it. That good album art. There was no thumbs up in that one, so I just had the number.
I gave it a 7.5, and I said, looks pretty good. That's it. That's all I have.
I have the most divisive answer here and an explanation. I gave it a 5 out of 10 for the simple reason of you don't know what you're getting into based on this album art. Because
Disagree.
see, I don't think you do, because to me it seems like a nut house, and then you listen to these songs and it's like they're so perfectly calculated, it feels like, and then it's like, holy shit. Like, you go into it and you're like, oh, this is going to be a good pop punk album, not a fantastic pop punk album.
Yeah, but
And so
that's
for
also
that-
like I just argue that it's the pinnacle of like good pop punk album design because it's chaotic, just like the genre is.
See, the one I find myself more drawn to, and if we'll probably cover it one day, is Welcome to the Black Parade. And I think, to me, that is the pinnacle of a pop punk album art, and you know what you're getting into with it.
That's fair.
And that's the thing, Paramore has always done these divisive kind of out there designs, and they work really well for Paramore. And that's what I love about it, is they've found their niche, the area for what their album art should be, and it's perfect for them. But as a genre overall, which is how I kind of rate my album arts, it almost falls flat to some of the others. Even like Enema of the State by Blink-182 with the nurse on it.
Mm.
It also comes back to how iconic the album art is. And Riot by Paramore, I had to completely remember. I remember the orange, and I couldn't remember what the black said around it until I looked and saw it said All Riot. And I wish it would have been, if it would have been the track list, I think it would have been 10 times better.
That actually would have been a good idea.
Oh, yeah.
But also, if you take a closer look at the album art, there's a spot where it says Paramore.
Yeah, but that's the band name. But if it would have said that track list, oh my god, it would.
Oh no, I
fucking
agree.
Perfect.
Well, I agree. Actually, I don't disagree with that. That's smart. Actually, so when we do, if we ever get to the point where we do Black Parade, I am bringing my vinyl record of Black Parade up because it's like an alternative album cover and shit.
Shit, when we get to the studio, I'm going to start printing out the album arts.
Hanging
Fair.
behind us.
That's not a
But
bad idea. I was just going to say, giving us handouts.
ladies and gentlemen, it is time we wind down this wonderful podcast we have of friendship, family, and love for music with our songs of the day. So for my song of the day, I picked I Love My Homies by Skis featuring Mike.
Love you too.
And I
So-
think this song perfectly encapsulates how I feel about this podcast, how I feel about you guys. And it's a song that I think anytime I'm getting to feel a little too far from happiness, I think it's a good song to put on so that I know I'm not alone in this journey we call life, and that I've got people there that really care about me, and that I've always got a home with you guys.
Logan about to make me cry.
Logan gonna make us. God damn! Someone play When It Rains.
Someone clip that.
Someone play When It Rains. It's currently being clipped. Also, so on the other end of the spectrum, my ass picked a song that describes myself, in the most one-word answer possible.
Gay redneck.
So my song, what? Wait a minute. What?
It's a gay redneck.
Not even close.
Kind of close.
No. Okay,
Redneck
halfway
is red,
close.
Okay.
So my song of the day is "Unhinged" by Traitors. This song is, well, unhinged, to say the least. It's another deathcore song. Sorry, Logan.
I'll edit it.
I apologize
Yeah,
to him. I'm
fair.
the one who makes the fucking reels.
My bad, Connor.
Well, that's
This
not-
song's a great song, though. I don't know how to describe it. It's
Cat.
just fucking awesome. Oh, I do know how to describe it. It's very unhinged. My bad.
Wow. It's also our first repeat artist on Song of the Day.
Yeah, I had to. They released it recently, within the last couple weeks. I spaced it out.
Speaking of released it recently, good segue.
You about to steal mine?
I wonder if I will. My song of the day is Mustard. Oh fuck! Hold on, let me start that over. I started with the damn artist.
We didn't pick the same one. We're cool.
No, I know what you picked.
Yeah.
My song of the day is Late Night Drive by Mustard Service. This album came out sometime last week, and I've been running it kind of non-stop since that. It's a lot more like summer drivey music than what we're used to on the podcast, but Carson, you're up.
Okay. I didn't know you were done. My song of the day is "From the Start" by Buffy. It's just a very nice, pleasant song. It's more of like a love song. It's more of a ballad. And I got into one of those moods this week where I was feeling that type of music. I was feeling the lovey-dovey ballad style music.
Had,
You know, share the love.
Fuck yeah.
I had all of her albums on repeat this week. I don't know what the fuck happened in our brains, but
She's so good, man.
That's crazy.
also, hot take, Promise is the best song on that, but the one you picked is the one that's gonna get us fucking views.
Probably.
That's what we're here for, baby. Good
Yes,
old
sir.
content.
Speaking
Well,
of
it's also a single. From the Start, it's also a single.
It was a
Speaking of
single, that's
content,
true.
is it
It's
time?
the only one on there that was a single. It is spin the wheel time, but this is an interesting spin the wheel.
Oh, very interesting.
This is our first priority week.
Hey, you notice something interesting about the wheel?
I think they noticed.
What is that?
There's a
Yo, why is there
singular
only one
green
album on
line.
here?
There's a singular green line.
Yeah, I don't know what that's all about.
I was just hoping it doesn't get landed on. Okay. Thank God.
What does that say?
It's that Dream. So next week we're reviewing Dream Machine by Dead Rocks when it releases.
We will be getting it on release. day.
Also,
Mhm.
I'm gonna click remove.
No.
Was I gonna listen to Chumbawamba again?
No.
Never. I will
No.
never in my life touch another Chumbawamba song until I die.
It was. It had a 0.01% chance to listen to the Bled on Chumbawamba Part 2.
Did you guys hear it when I threw the riff in at the concert or at the show? I
didn't
threw it in. I
notice-
was like,
I missed it.
I didn't notice it either.
it was pretty quiet, but I did throw it in for you.
Thank you. I appreciate knowing that it was there.
All right, ladies, gentlemen, old farts, young fucks. It is time we close out this album podcast, whatever the fuck, album book club podcast review. That's what it is. I forgot my words. I'd like to thank you all for coming out, and those who are going to be viewing it in the future, thank you again for taking a listen and making it this far. I know we're a bunch of idiots that don't really care too much about music, except for we do way too much.
Absolutely.
True.
Said it better myself.
And that, we will sign off, so we'll see you in the next one.